Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, the 21st of December. Hope you guys are all doing well, and I hope the markets are treating you guys well. Okay, so we didn't have much activity from the market yesterday. Let's see what the market is saying about today. Okay, today's Thursday, so at 2:30 p.m. my time, which is 3:30 p.m. South African time, we've got the USD final GDP and we've got unemployment claims. It's crazy. Those are two very volatile news together at the same time. So it explains this. Okay, and it explains why we didn't have any movement yesterday. Something that I noticed yesterday about gold. I didn't open any personally. I didn't open any positions on gold yesterday because nothing was confirmed. Obviously, we spoke about an impulsive break of structure here, and then we wanted to see the market coming up before we could even enter. So the entry only came in this morning around Tokyo session. So I then said to you guys yesterday that if you do manage to get an entry, just make sure that you put your stop loss below the zone here, so you can have a tight stop loss, as this was a 4-hour time frame. So these are quite this is a lot of pips. Okay, this 46 pips. So on a 4-hour time frame, you got 40 pips, 46 pips stop loss above here. I'm putting stop loss over here. On a 4-hour time frame, I did notice that we had a trend line there, evidently, and obviously we had a trend line there. But more so now on a daily time frame, we've got something that's looking like what is it? Excuse me. Okay, I don't want to delete this analysis because it looks so beautiful. So let's go on to another. Um, let's go on to another broker so I can explain what I'm saying. Okay. This is what? This is all under. We've got the exact same thing? No, we don't. Okay. Yeah. So what we're going to do is that if we have the market, where did I see this before? I've seen this before. I've seen this before. I've seen this before on a gold. Let's go into gold on a weekly time frame. You guys remember this? Yeah. Got a break of structure, right? And then what do you have? You've got the market impulsing. All right, if you've done my lessons, that's an impulse. And then what do you now expect? A correction. 1, 2. All right, so you got 3 pushes to the upside. You've got 1, 2, and then you've got 3, and then the market breaks structure and then starts going to the downside and comes and completes it. Downtrend, where the uptrend started. Okay, let me explain that again slowly. Okay, when we have, if you've done my lessons, lesson number 1, all right, you will notice that when we talk about an impulsive movement, we've got an impulse, and then we've got the market creating higher highs and higher lows, all right, in a bullish trend. But what's important to ask ourselves is, how is the market approaching the resistance? The market is approaching a resistance with a reversal pattern, all right? So the small uptrend here is a reversal pattern because we're slowing down, losing momentum, coming into the resistance. Then we expect a break of structure here, a retest, and then a continuation to the downside. So where was the resistance here? The resistance was this one. Obviously, this was something that was marked on the monthly time frame. If you would like to go back and do revision on this, we traded this together a few months back. It is also there on my YouTube. I did explain this movement here. Go on to the video that says we traded gold for FOMC or CPI or something like that. Yeah, it's that video. So you've got your impulsive movement. What does an impulsive movement mean? It means it's a strong displacement of price. You've got strong bullish candlesticks, and you've got uniform candlesticks in this case, because this is a bullish impulse. So if you take a look at, this is revision from lesson number 1. If you take a look at this movement here, that's an impulsive movement. And then you've got your correction. How is the market coming into the double top in this case here? How is the market coming into the double top? It's creating a reversal pattern. All right. From the reversal pattern, we now start setting our targets. First target is a 90% when we get our sells, and then the second target is where the actual trend started, which is over there. So we now have the ability to backtest this movement here because it is now complete. Because when we had the impulsive movement, and then we had the correction, and then we had the break of structure, and then we had the creation of a lower high, and then the market created a double top, and then the market kept on going down. We needed to come and take profit over there to complete this. Okay, hope you guys are still with me. That was a weekly time frame. All right, not forgetting this breakout structure. That's the important part that I want to show you guys. Now, if we see what's going on gold now, we can see that we've got a low over here. Well, not really a low, actually. Let's call this a support, okay, because this is the same area here. So if this is my support, and then the market impulsed up, I hope you guys are with me here. If the market impulsed up, what did it do? It broke structure here. Do you guys see what I'm coming at? You've got an impulse of movement here. Got the market pushing up how many times? 3 times before it breaks structure and starts to go down. Okay. Here, what are you seeing? Impulse of movement, break of structure, same thing here. Then you got the market pushing up how many times? 3 times before it comes down. Okay. Now I'm not saying this is exactly what's going to happen, but if I'm seeing this on a weekly time frame, okay, you've got the market creating your higher highs and higher lows already. All right. That's a higher low. We're expecting either a double top or a higher high, and then for the market to break structure and start coming down. Okay, so your trend is going to be looking like that, obviously on a weekly time frame. Now let's continue with what I'm seeing so that I can show you what I'm getting at. Okay. If I now delete everything, we understand that we've got the break of structure already. Okay. We understand that we've got the market creating higher highs and higher lows, which is a bullish trend. On the daily time frame, we understand that the market created somewhat of an inverse head and shoulders pattern. Yeah. All right, we've got that. We've got the market creating a left shoulder, but the market creating a right shoulder. We would have wanted the market to go up already. But the weekly time frame is telling me that I'm in an uptrend. The daily time frame is telling me that I've broken structure. All right. We've also seen an impulse of movement here. So if I have an impulse, 1, that's 2. No structure has been broken here. So I'm expecting another push up. I'm still expecting another push up. Okay. So if I put my highs over there, 2071, we've traded gold this week. First target I told you was already 1936. So you should have made a bit of profit. Now, based on the lessons that I teach you guys, remember I say to you guys, if we have a reversal pattern, it needs to come into a resistance. Okay, some resistance before it goes down. Now, the resistance that we currently have here is this one here. Because can you see how every single time the market taps in, it's just pushing down. So here the market tapped, pushed. Here the market tapped, pushed. It's going to be visible on the 4-hour time frame. All right, right now on the 1-8, we're just showing it as a zone this has wicks, but we're gonna see it just now. So what do I expect to happen before I start seeing sells? I expect a break of a low. Yes, this is a daily time frame, so this might mean you might miss that big movement, and then, but take a look at this. If the market starts pushing down from here, and you only catch a retest, where are you catching the retest to? You're catching the retest to here and here. So am I going to be angry for the fact that I'm going to miss these few pips going down? No, because this is a correctional phase. So I need the impulse to start, retest, and then I'm catching the bigger movement down into 1940. So you mustn't be afraid to project. This is not predicting, this is just projecting, basically the same thing. But you're using the confluences that you have from everything else that you've traded this year and the knowledge that you have on gold and the pair that you trade to understand what exactly is going on. Okay, so if I'm saying that I want to see 3 pushes before the market goes down and the market has only given me 1 and 2, and then if it starts going down, I need to see a break of this low first before I can say, okay, I'm actually taking some sells. Okay, now let's delete this for a bit. If I'm now saying that I want 3 pushes, okay, I just spoke to you about the sells. Now I'm talking about the overall sells that I would like to see. If we go on to the 4-hour time frame, okay, I'm just gonna go back to yesterday's analysis. Okay, if you go on to a 4-hour time frame, guys, what were we talking about and what have we been talking about this week? Yesterday, when we did the analysis, we were here. Wednesday, sorry. Wednesday, we were somewhere over here. Okay, perfect. So if you guys remember yesterday's video, what do I want to do? Let's go back onto the other goal. Okay. If you guys remember yesterday's video, what did we say at yesterday's video? We were talking about gold being above this area already. Okay, so Tuesday, people caught very nice buys. I wasn't able to catch those. I said I was in class. I wasn't able to catch those buys. And then we also put in on yesterday, we also put in a trend. Okay. Now I want you guys to take a look at something that we spoke about yesterday. I say to you guys that on the 4H, we've got a trend here. And then I gave you guys some options. I say to you guys that on a 4H, if I want to buy gold, because I've missed this impulsive movement here, and we're now in a range that we're expecting to break out, I wanted to see a breakout and retest. And the reason why I say that, if you go back to yesterday's video, I say to you guys, because the market could easily break structure and come and give us a third touch in this area. Okay. If you're in the mentorship, please go and rewatch yesterday's video. I hope you guys, when you watch the videos, you guys take notes. All right, it should be like a developing diary or a developing journal. So if I'm sending you guys videos on a daily or every 2 days or every 3 days on the mentorship group, I do expect you to sit down when you have time and write down these things, because remember, we do these live recordings. I do these live recordings so that you guys can see the build up and to teach you guys how to analyze the way that I do, okay, based on the strategy that I've taught you. So we are still in an area of support and resistance within this range here. Now, there are two things that I want to identify here. On a daily time frame, no, it's not the daily time frame, sorry. I want to just rewind here quickly. Okay, so let's talk about this quickly. On gold on Friday, what did we see? We saw an impulsive movement that broke structure here. Now, with that impulsive movement, do you guys remember how I wanted to hold into 2009 area? What's important is that I wanted to hold back into 2009, if you guys remember that. So Monday came in and gave us a retest of these highs here, all right? Didn't continue pushing down. It went even further and then started pushing down from there, okay? Now, obviously, we wanted to look at this as an impulsive movement to the downside. That's a high here, and then went down. Then it broke structure. So automatically now, we flipped bullish and we want to go to the upside. And I explained this in yesterday's video because one of my students asked me to explain why I was so confident that the market was not going to continue down, but instead go up. It is because there was a high here. I've already explained that. The reason why I'm explaining it again is because we want to see a break, retest, and then a push to the downside. Now take a look at what happened yesterday and the type of market structure that we have today. Okay, can you guys see this here? How we've got a break of structure here from the 4H. If you guys remember, this is exactly what we were. Did I just give me a minute? Hold on. Okay, it's still there. I thought I deleted the wrong analysis. So here we've got a break of structure. Same thing as here. We've got a break of structure. We've got a retest, and then we wanted to see, we would like to see the market pushing down normally. That's what we would like to see. I don't believe that this can happen. Okay. But I'm not going to be a biased person, or I'm not going to be a person who thinks I know everything. Just as much as I don't believe that that can happen, I need to be cautious and I need to be able to get ready for the sells if they come. So I'm going to give you guys a sell trade and I'm going to give you guys a buy trade. I think the buys are going to take place, but like I said, anything can happen. This is the market. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to delete this. I'm going to go into the weekly time frame because I'm no longer explaining. I'm now showing you guys an actual setup. So let me mark up my charts to line up the setup for you guys. Daily time frame. Okay, here you can see those high highs and high lows being created. You've got your break of structure area here already. Okay, you've got that inverse head and shoulders pattern. That's cool. Daily time frame, got the 4-hour time frame. Obviously, remember what I always tell you. You see the market pushing up like this after a bearish candlestick, top wick, and then you can expect the market to go down if the overall direction is south. So these are the sells that you're going to take if you think, or if you feel, or if you've analyzed and noticed that the market is going to sell. All right, you're going to take this as your break of structure area. You're going to say the market has retested here, but then now I want you to add one more thing. Okay, this here might flip bullish. Okay, just in case that happens, I want you to only take your sells after this break. Okay. So if you see a break of these lows here, your sells are going to be valid because you've broken these lows and you've also broken a trend. So once you've broken a trend, go into your smaller time frame, such as your 1 hour, probably during New York session, and then you're going to take some sells. Okay, back into these areas here. However, I do feel like if the market does start coming back into this area here, we're coming all the way back to 2006, 2009 area. Okay, so what would then happen is that the market will take this as a double top, all right, and then come back all the way down as an M pattern. I don't think that the market can come back all the way down here, but for targets for today and tomorrow, you can take some sells back into there if sells do play out. Okay. Now, based on every single little thing that I explained in the beginning, all right, my buying, or the buys that I think can take place, are going to be based off a reversal pattern. And I need to see one more push to the upside on gold. Okay. If we go into a 4-hour time frame, or I don't need to, there is a setup that we did already, this one here. Okay. So for me, if my 4-hour time frame has closed like this, and this is still a correction over here, guys, this one is still a correction, because guess what we've done? We've kept the lows. We've kept these lows here. These lows have not been broken. The market could still very much still push up for that third push that we want to see on a daily time frame. Okay. So that is the reason why I took so long explaining what are the buys, so that you guys can understand why I'm trading against what you guys think or what we would normally think as a sell. Okay. Now, as soon as these lows break, these lows here, aha, those are sells, heavy sells. It's going to be like literally an impulsive push. It's not even going to give you time to enter that. So I would watch out for that for New York session during final GDP and unemployment claims. I would watch out for that. Okay. But as long as the market is keeping these high lows over here, this is still a valid buy. Only until we've broken this low here can I start now looking for sells from 1930 all the way back into 2007, 2009 area that we wanted to see when? On Friday. Okay. What would that then mean for the weekly time frame though? Because if we're now selling all the way back to 2009, take a look at how the weekly candlestick has flipped. So just ask yourself if that makes sense. If the weekly time frame now flips and closes bearish over here, does that look logical to you? Does that look like something that the market can print? That's a question you need to ask yourself. I don't think so. But like I said, we're not here predicting. We're going to react. Okay, so I've shown you guys the buys. I've explained in detail